Buongiorno, and welcome to Italy. It's travel time. Over the next month, we're going to be exploring Italy and some of the culture and history of thousands of years, and maybe even explore a little bit of what makes Italy and Europe a little different than where you're from. So follow along on the adventure. Before we get too far along, I do want to introduce someone who's traveling with me. Normally I'm a solo traveler, but not this time. This person is very special to me and has been there since the beginning. Yep, you guessed it, it's my father. And my father is 100% Italian.
I am Sicilian.
Okay, he's Sicilian. It's kind of like Italian, but even better.
Yay!
But he's 80 years old and has never been to Italy. So he's coming along with me on this little adventure.
Vini Vidi Vici!
First up is Domus Aurea. It's the remains of Emperor Nero's grand 3-story complex with beautiful frescoes. Let's check it out. Okay, so we're quickly learning that you need reservations at, it sounds like, most places, including where we're at now. So, but you have to do it online, so make sure you have a data plan on your phone. But today, they're all booked up on all the tours in English. But if you're willing to accept an Italian tour, well, we can go in there in about an hour. So that's what we're gonna do. Well, we just finished up the tour, and they do have some rules, such as no video and no flash photography. So everything was a still photo. But it was quite interesting that Nero wasn't actually liked by his people. And when he died in 68 AD, the people considered him a tyrant and a dictator. So they pretty much destroyed everything that he ever created. In fact, his domicile here was actually filled in with dirt. And it wasn't until centuries later that some young boys were playing, and one of them fell into a hole, and that's where they found it. They excavated. And while some stuff was able to be reconstructed, a lot of the things that they used inside of this museum were actually things from the time period and that were appropriate for Nero, since he definitely had a strong connection to Egypt and Greece, definitely Egypt. So you'll see a lot of Egyptian art and a lot of things that Nero brought back from Egypt. And here in Italy, you definitely got to stop at the outdoor cafes. So yeah, because Italy is about the food. And of course, I'm going for the pizza. My dad hasn't quite understood the whole Italian concept yet. He's ordering a Greek salad, but I'm sure it's going to be good.
The Greek salad in Italy's got to be Italian.
It's Italian Greek salad. Okay, so if you eat out here in Italy, it's a little different than where we come from back in the States. You can see the items listed, but right here, that's service. And it's usually about 10% of the bill. And so service is essentially the tip. Here in Italy, the locals don't do a tip like we do back in the US. The wait staff actually gets paid a full livable wage, and then the service is just a little bit extra. So keep that in mind. Hey, good morning. So we're back here at the Colosseum. We saw it yesterday, but just from the outside. In order to go in, you do need an advanced reservation, even with the Roma pass. So, but unfortunately, the next reservation was the day after we plan on leaving Rome. So the other options are get a guided tour, because the tour guides buy up all the ticket blocks, and of course they sell them to you at like 4 to 5 times the actual price. Of course you do get a guided tour, or you can get here in line, and the line goes for a ways. They open up at 9 o'clock in the morning, so try to get here by 8 and you can get in real early. The sooner you get here, the sooner you get in and see a little history. Are you not entertained?
Next up, the Roman Forum and the Palantino.
Let's see if we can find Dad in this picture. Closer. Closer. Right there. There he is, getting some shade and some rest. Some of this high altitude and the steps is pretty challenging for older folks.
son, I know what this is. But what's this?
That's called a bidet. It's very popular in Europe, and it's used to wash your backside. Water comes up through the top there, and, well, it sprays your butthole. Keeps it nice and shiny and clean. What do you think about that?
I think I'll stick with this.
Yeah, me too. We now find ourselves at the world-famous and obviously very popular Trevi Fountain. It was designed by Nicola Salvi and finished by Giuseppe Panini in 1762. It's 86 feet tall, and it is tradition to actually throw coins into the fountain using your right hand over your left shoulder. They say that 3,000 euros are thrown into the fountain daily. The money is collected and then is used to support a supermarket that helps Rome's poor. It's actually illegal to retrieve coins from the fountain. Behind me is the Pantheon. It was built around the year 120 by Hadrian and converted into a Catholic church in the year 609. And inside is supposed to be the tomb of Raphael. Here we found the tomb of Raphael. I wonder where the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are located. Okay, Raphael was actually a painter and an architect, and as you can see by the crowd behind me, it's one of the highlights and most popular parts of the Pantheon. Piazza Navona. This is the Spanish Steps, or Scalinata di Spagna, with the fountain or fontana there. It used to be where people would come here and sit on the steps as a relaxing place to, well, you know, relax. But they've got new policies where sitting is no longer allowed, so if you do try to sit down, the police will make you move. Okay, they have the coolest thing here in Italy. You can actually get pizza by the weight. You just tell them how big of a slice of pizza you want. They put it up on the scale, and you pay by the weight. You want a little, you want a lot. It's perfect for any appetite you may have. Okay, so we just got off the metro or subway, and we are almost victims of the infamous pickpockets that are famous here in Italy. Okay, we got a guy here who looks like a tourist. And yep, he's got the famous fanny pack or bum bag right there. And didn't really realize it, they were slick. They worked as a team. One girl actually was, as he was trying to enter the metro, she was like blocking him from going further, which made him stop. Somebody else snuck behind him and unzipped the zipper. Then, as he eventually tried to push past her, you know, he slightly tripped and realized his entire bag was open. Luckily, the person didn't get anything. So keep that in mind. If somebody is blocking you and holding you up, there's a reason for it. It's probably because their partner is trying to steal something out of your pockets or something. So keep that in mind when you're here in Rome. A quick trip across the San Angelo Bridge will get us across the River Tiber to Castle Sant'Angelo. The castle gets its name from the Archangel Michael presenting himself to Pope Gregory the Great, signaling the end of the plague. However, that is a legend, so it's not entirely true. Castle San Angelo is actually really well preserved, unlike a lot of other archaeological sites here in the city. And one of the reasons is it's basically been continuously used ever since it was created, like I think in the 2nd century. So it was a mausoleum originally, then it became a prison, and then it became, you know, everything else. So, but basically it's been continuously used, so we get to appreciate it today. All right, you are now in the Vatican City. You've left Italy. It's a whole nother country. You want to go see the Pope?
No, I don't want to see the Pope say, "Hey, all of you up, so get off of my grass." So.
That's all right. I know it's a little offensive, but he's 100% Italian, so it's okay.
Haha, so I'm Sicilian.
All right, Sicilian. Sorry about that. Well, my dad was raised Catholic. He has no intention of waiting in this 5 to 6 hour line just to get into the chapel. It's beautiful and all inside, but well, it's just not worth it for him. Plus, he's going to heaven anyways. He's practically a saint. Right next to the train station is the Central Market of Rome. Let's check it out. That looks good. If I'm gonna get a burger, that's gonna be the one. Okay, there's definitely a lot of food here, and if I didn't just eat, I'd probably eat everything in there. There's not so much Italian food, but very international flavor, except for the gelato. The gelato is definitely Italian, and okay, maybe the cannolis, and possibly the pizza too. But no matter what you're in the mood for, it definitely looks like it's there. Well, our time in Rome has come to a close, and we are on a train headed north. Rome was a great city, a lot of great food, a lot of great people, and a lot of great sights. We're only there for 4 full days, and there's no way you can see Rome in just 4 days. So we're going to have to come back at some point. At least I hope so. Dad, it's your first time in Rome. What did you think of it?
The food was fantastic. There's a lot of people, a lot of walking, and I don't understand it, but all the women in their 20s, I don't think they ever bought a bra.
Well, there you have it, right from the mouth of a dirty old man. That's my dad. So, all right. So we're headed north on to the next adventure here in Italy.